This is Roger with Wheel Kinetics in Tucson, Arizona. We're selling this truck. It is a 2007 Dodge Ram 3500. That's a 1-ton crew cab long bed dual rear wheel. It's a 5.9 liter Cummins turbo diesel. It's 2-wheel drive and it is a manual transmission. This truck has 139,700 miles. It was a trade-in to a dealer in Phoenix. I happened to be watching the Phoenix auction online and bought this truck when it was way too cheap, and when we got it here we found out why it was way too cheap. The motor was pretty much toasted. So our guy who at one time built motors for Dale Earnhardt and is now retired here in Tucson got this motor and rebuilt it. So when we get it here we do about a 2-hour inspection. This is what the inspection looks like. This is what I wrote down what we did to it. The motor has the block has been bored, piston rods and bearings, valve job, water pump, thermostat, oil and filter, coolant. We also got a new flywheel for it, and it got a brand new clutch. Fuel filters are new, front and rear brake pads are new, hood shocks are new, bed liner, the louver tailgate is new, the grill is new, windshield is new. All those silver wheel covers are new. I got them off eBay. They were ugly and black before. And both batteries are new. So, we spent a fortune on this truck. But we could have just run it right through the auction again and gotten our money back. But these things are really rare. A 5.9 manual Cummins. They just don't grow on trees. And so we had to give it our all. The only thing wrong with this truck now is this gap right here. Some knucklehead closed the hood on it. And you can see a little ding right here. Closed the hood on something underneath the hood and put a little dent in it. That's why you got that gap there, which really sucks because really, pretty good looking truck. I know one thing. There's very little else that can go wrong with this truck. I guess we used the original injectors. They were fine. So at some point it may need an injector. And the transmission itself was fine. I got a new flywheel and clutch. So I guess mechanically speaking, the only thing that can go wrong really is the transmission itself or an injector. And all the injectors aren't going to go bad. So it could be one injector and at some point a tranny, which you can rebuild. So I mean there's really, mechanically speaking, this thing is pretty safe. Jason's gonna help me here. I got a manual transmission truck here, so I can't do this one-handed. So he's gonna open up the hood for me. I'm gonna fire it up. He's gonna help me do all this stuff. Oh, all right. There we go. New battery. New grill. Almost a brand new motor, aside from the injectors, it is new. This is an original battery, that's a new battery. Both batteries are not new, this is an original. Anyway, the guy who built this motor for us, rebuilt it, is great at it. And there you go. Not gonna have any blow by in this bad boy. This thing is good to go for a long way. All right, let's see. There's your window on this, your passenger rear window. Interior looks great. You will have some before and after pictures of the truck, as we saw before. The bed liner is covering on the top of the bed rail. There's some dings on top of the bed rail, and the tailgate looked like crap. So we bought that louver tailgate. It does have a manual, so we bought the louver tailgate because it looks so bad without it. But I believe, in fact I know, there's a dent right there, and that's mainly why that's there. It does have a rollover ball. If you take the bed out, there is a ball, one of those rollover balls that folds into the bed. So if you wanted to use a trailer with the rollover ball, you could. Just take the bed liner out, it'll just lift right out if you wanted to. I don't know if you can tell when my allergies are going absolutely berserk. It's windy, and it's been windy in Tucson for the last 3 or 4 days. And we got lots of rains, and there's lots of stuff in the air, and it really sucks. Well, this is a pretty truck. I'm really glad we fixed it. We could have thrown it under the bus and just gotten rid of it, but they do not grow on trees. Very hard vehicle to find. And at the very least, a lot of people will visit our site. It's really hard to price now because, you know, we know that it's got a brand new motor. So people will see 139,000 miles and say, why is the price so high? Well, it's got a rebuilt motor. Now, that being said, we did take pictures of the rebuild. So people, you know, who say, well, did he really do it? We have pictures of doing it. We document it when we do it so that there is no doubt about that. We realize that you need to take pictures of stuff. There's your mirrors. In, out, up, down, other side, out, in, down. All right, we're gonna get in here. Turn the air down so you can hear me a little bit. There's your radio.
School shooting.
Radio works fine. There. What do we got here? We got a 6-speed manual. We have cruise control. Hit the button.
Cruise and tilt wheel.
Hit the on-off button for the cruise. Where's that at?
Oh, it's in the top corner.
Oh, it's up there. There it is. All right. I guess we're good to go. There's your overhead cluster. That stuff.
Reverse.
Or in reverse. We're still in the break-in phase of a brand new clutch, aren't we?
Yes.
So is there much left to do on this truck mechanically?
Shy of a set of injectors one day.
Yeah, probably just one injector at a time since it's a Dodge, right?
Yeah.
So when they start going, because it's so easy, that's the easy part. Injectors in this truck are easy. So, anyway, if you come to Tucson to drive this home, which you're welcome to do, you're going to pay tax and dock fees. Dock fees are $250. Taxes are 2% city sales tax here in Tucson, plus whatever your state tax rate is. If your state tax rate is, say, for instance, 3%, you're going to come here to drive it home. You're going to pay 5% tax and $250 dock fee. That's your 3 plus our 2. If you're from Alaska, they have 0, so they pay 2% tax and a $250 dock fee. Pay by wire and ship. No tax, no dock fees. Deal with whatever fees you have at motor vehicles when you get it there. We will notarize the title off to you, mail it to you once we receive the wire. It'll all be scanned in your online file. You'll be able to see the title we got from the dealer. We'll make sure that we save the pictures of the engine rebuild so that you know that it really did happen. But it really did happen. It was really expensive. Painful. And if it wasn't as rare as it is to have one of these, a 2007 5.9 manual, we would have never done it. If this was an automatic, no. If this was a 6.7, no. But all the planets lined up perfectly. Whoever owned this before decided that they probably wouldn't change the air filter ever. And if you don't do that on these trucks, you have a problem. So change your air filter. You'll be fine. It's really quiet. Nice ride. How long does it take to break in the clutch?
100 miles.
100. All right. Let's see. Deposit. Deposit's $500. Once we get your deposit, we'll put your name in a banner over the truck at wheelkinetics.com, and it's yours. Until then, it's for sale. The last thing I'm going to say, and it's kind of not necessary here because we've already done everything except the injectors. I guess, like I said earlier in the video, someday the tranny could go out itself. Although, have we ever seen that?
6 speed now.
Well, I mean, I guess mechanically speaking, The only thing left would be the tranny itself and the injectors, which are sitting right on top of the motor and are easy. And you just have to do them one at a time. There's very little risk here is what I'm getting at. So, I'm still going to say it anyway. It's out of warranty. The factory said X amount of miles, X amount of years, because the people who built it didn't know what would happen after that many years or miles. They know more than we know. So, please remember that you're saving a bunch of money. This is basically a brand new motor, but you're saving a bunch of money. Some of that money may have to be spent someday on a repair. Can't imagine what it would be in this case. If you change the air filter and the oil, it'll never need anything. But keep that in the back of your mind, all right? If it gets to you and it does need an injector in a week, go get an injector and install it. We're not doing it. We have spent a fortune on this truck. It's a great truck. Doesn't mean it's not going to need something sooner or later, all right? Boy, this thing has got a great ride. No rattles, nothing going on here.
That's 6th gear.
That's 6th. Air's blowing ice cold. It's got a nice ride. It's got a great set of tires. You know, aside from someone closing the hood on something, cosmetically it's in great shape. I showed you the dent under the bed liner there. Like I said, there's a ball under the bed liner that you can turn over. If you just lift out the bed liner, you can tow with that. Do I need to tell them anything else?
Nope.
That's it. Anyway, please make sure you get your deposit in. Once we have your deposit, we have a deal. This thing is going to get a ton of attention, which is the other reason we kept it instead of just running it back through the auction, is that it's going to be a huge hit count creator for us, which probably makes it worth all of this in itself. So, that is all. Thank you.